Some of the satisfied customers leaving the Del Mar Gun Show carried heavy backpacks. Others needed dollies to cart away piles of boxes of ammunition.
Go carry the ammo!
Tom Gildersleeve, a young Marine who hails from northern Maine, grew up with guns.
They want to take my guns and my ammo from me. What else am I supposed to do but stockpile it?
The lines to get into the gun show stretched on, and the freeway exits into Del Mar backed up for hours. Jim Van Vleck of Coronado, a retired merchant marine, says he got in line about 7:30 a.m., but he met others who'd been in line since before dawn.
California is really cracking down on buying both ammunition. You can't buy them in stores. I just ordered a M14, a Mini 14. Can't get ammunition for it yet. I just got my first shotgun. There are shotgun shells. 9mm, can't hardly get any ammunition anywhere. They get to the stores and they're sold out in a matter of hours.
A bill to require background checks for ammunition in California was struck down by the courts in January as unconstitutionally vague, days before it went into effect. But a field poll released in February shows 75% of Californians favor background checks for people buying ammunition. Standing a little to one side, John Rippo, a former gun dealer, stood watching the crowd.
This is a much different kind of approach. I've never seen people in this number come to a show like this with dollies to cart away thousands of rounds of ammunition. The gentleman up forward is carrying about 1,000 shot shells on the bottom of his dolly. Above that, he seems to have another 1,000, I believe they're .223 rifle cartridges. He has perhaps 200 cartridges in an ammo can and perhaps another 2,500 rounds in small black boxes.
Rippo is no stranger to gun culture. In fact, he is a part of it.
I grew up with them. I grew up kind of coming to this show for 30 plus years. I was in the trade 17 years. This is different. This is different from what it was. The culture has morphed. It's changed.
He blames the NRA for stirring up paranoia for its own political purposes.
Mongering fear is a bad thing to do. And some of the people who are here today, I would argue, are victims of that fear.
Near the entrance to the show, a man who would only give his name as Bill hands out lime green leaflets. They advertise build parties where people can put together their own AR-14s.
And, do it themselves and, have the experience and choose the color and the forging and everything that they want.
So it's like a do-it-yourself gun?
Kind of. It's only 80% complete, which is what the government allows you to do.
That's a short step away from skirting the law, Rippo says.
If you make your own, you run the risk of severe federal penalties and state penalties if you do not register those pieces of machinery.
For some, the Del Mar Gun Show is a family affair, and many stood in line with babies in strollers or held up toddlers to be admired. Bud Emerson, a founding member of the group Stop the Del Mar Gun Shows, finds this offensive.
The message we send to our kids is that guns are fun. It's a show. And, the statistics are very clear. The Center for Disease Control counted over 6,000 kids killed in 2010. That's 7 kids between 1 and 19 every single day. And the culture has got to change. Guns are not fun. They're lethal weapons.
Emerson says the Del Mar Fairground is a family-focused venue. He wants the gun shows there stopped. The fair hosts 5 gun shows a year. Fair Board President Adam Day says it's not about the money, but it is about the rights.
We generate roughly $300,000 a year from these 5 gun shows. Our annual budget is over $90 million. It's quite insignificant, in fact, but as a public facility, we have to allow anyone who has a legal right to operate to hold their shows here.
It's not about gun rights. It's about the glorification of guns. We're all implicated when it's on public property.
Emerson says California legislation introduced this month would prohibit gun shows at San Francisco's State Fairground without the local approval of their county supervisors. Alison St John, KPBS News.